Hey everyone, Kiki here from Kiki.fm. If you have not downloaded the app already, please go ahead and do so because you know why? It is free, and if you like classic anything, we play it. So Kiki.fm, get it free in the App Store, and also please subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And let's talk about Sammy Hagar talking about Eddie Van Halen. I was kind of shocked when I saw this article. Didn't read it. I'm reading it along with you guys. But he did an interview, Sammy did, with Access TV. And the headline of this particular article from guitar.com says, "It was horrible. He did horrible things to people." And Sammy was talking about their 2004 world tour with Van Halen. Sammy went on to say, Eddie was completely whacked out off the charts on alcohol and drugs. "I thought I was going to die." That's what he said. So it sounds like it was not a fun tour. He went on to say that the band had reunited at that point. They had not been together in 8 years. And he went on to talk about Eddie Van Halen's addiction problems. And he even said that this was the worst experience of his entire life, which is saying a big, ginormous thing. Now, I have not read the entire article, but this is something to me that Sammy must have had to have gotten off of his chest. Maybe he's talked about this before with interviewers. I don't know, but it seems like it's pretty heavy that this was the worst experience of his life, working alongside his compadre, the late and great Eddie Van Halen. We all know that Eddie had his issues, but this is pretty heavy-duty stuff. He also went on to say that, and I quote, "As a result, Eddie's guitar riffing was hugely impaired. Tracks would be lost in a sea of gibberish. Hagar often unable to recognize what track Eddie was even performing." And then he said, "Poor guy, he really was in bad shape. I thought he was going to die." He also said that Eddie was totally unrecognizable. He's never met a person like that in his life, as he said, and I quote, "He tried to bust windows out of a G5 airplane at 4,000 feet with a wine bottle. It ain't even our plane, it's a rental plane." Now, I think it goes way beyond the fact that it wasn't their plane. It's just the fact that Eddie was trying to do that is crazy. And to have to witness that and be there had to be even crazier. And Sammy said that he actually wanted to leave midway through the entire tour. But he was 40 shows in, and he said, "You know what? I don't think I'm going to continue." He said, and I quote, "I can't do this anymore. The guy's going to die. It was horrible. He did horrible things to people. He treated people so badly. He was a complete raving maniac." But because he was under contract, he couldn't do a thing. He had to stay, and he had to stick it out, and he had to finish that tour. And he also said that if he did quit, he would have to compensate the band financially if the tour was to be canceled at all. But then he went on to say, you know, everything that happened, I know this is a big thing that I'm saying right now, but he still, of course, loves Eddie, will always love Eddie. And he said that Eddie's a sweet human being. He's talented and he's a sweet, wonderful guy, but he's got some demons. When I saw those demons take over him, it was pitiful. And you know, it's kind of crazy when someone talks about another person who has passed. We all do. We all talk about, you know, people who have left this earth. But this seems to be pretty strong. And as I said just a couple of minutes ago, it must have really been bothering Sammy to bring it up again now. Now, on June 11th, 2004, Sammy and the rest of the Van Halen guys reunited for the first time in almost 9 years. Whether I was fired or I quit, whoever you believe, on Father's Day of 1996, Van Halen had ended some difficult times. Geez, it was on Father's Day. I didn't know that. And they did try to attempt a reunion with David Lee Roth. That didn't happen. We all know what happened at the MTV Music Awards. Then they got in Gary Cherone from Extreme as their third lead singer. And that gave us Van Halen 3, which, didn't do so well. And a tour that, just didn't really do anything at the box office. Cherone was let go in 1999, and Van Halen was no more for like 5 years. But Sammy, he stayed busy. He released albums between 1997 and 2002. He went on tour, and he even went on tour with David Lee Roth. And I guess it didn't sit too well with Alex and Eddie that Sammy did go on the road with David, and they said maybe because of, him doing that, that was partly why he was let go from the group. So was Sammy Hagar let go from Van Halen, or did he leave on his own accord? You tell me. I don't know. Sammy did reach out to Alex in 2003. They recorded 3 new tracks, the Best of Both Worlds compilation album, and then that's when they talked about going on that 2004 tour, which Sammy clearly, it was bad. It was the worst time of his life. Sammy is kicking off his summer tour, Best of All Worlds tour, with Michael Anthony, Joe Satriani, and Jason Bonham. That kicks off on July 13th in West Palm Beach, Florida. They're going to do 28 cities alongside Loverboy. How fun is that? And I think Sammy's doing his birthday bash again this year. Is he doing a birthday bash? You tell me. I don't know. Have you been? I would love to go. I think it would be really fun. And so many cool people show up at these birthday bashes that he's had over the years. And my gosh, it's going to be 77. Holy crap. He looks great. So thanks for being here, guys. I love you, love you, love you. And I will see you soon.